In 1992, a man named Wu and I decided to investigate the local legends of his village called Longyou that said the ponds were bottomless. 17 days after hiring a water pump and setting it to pump out one of the ponds, enough water had been removed to reveal that that pond was not just a pond and was in fact the entrance to a massively large man-made cave. Other ponds were also drained in the area as a result, and they also revealed themselves to be man-made caves as well. And all up, 24 such caves have been found, totaling about 30 square kilometres of area. The puzzling thing is, even though excellent records have been kept in the area, there is no record of these caves being dug, and estimates are putting the construction at some time before 200 BC, which means the caves are older than that, and therefore older than 2,000 years old. Also unknown is how they were built, as there were no tools found, and also unknown is where all the excavated material went, as there appears to be no sign of it. So what it appears is that an unknown number of people worked at excavating these caves at an unknown time in history for an apparently unknown reason, although I think I know what the reason is. Upon seeing the caves but not actually knowing how they were found, my immediate thought was that they were excavated to act as water storages. I thought this because the rooms were fully open and large with supporting columns and no other signs of any other purpose, and of course being directly underground. Putting my theory to the test, a quick search revealed that around 252 BC there was a global drop in rainfall. This came good around 244 but dropped again around 239 and even went into almost drought conditions. There were a couple of small 2 or 3 year peaks starting 14 years later at 225 BC before another 7-year drop around 216. My theory is that the caves were built during the 14-year dry spell to hold as much water as could be gathered. Instead of having a shallow pond which would fill and quickly empty as the water was used, a deep pond would hold on to more of the water that was in the catchment area and would provide the area with water in case of any future long-term water shortages. Which seems like a wise thing because the data also shows in 209 BC there was roughly 10 years of good rainfall, then from 200 to 190 BC there was poor rain, a good solid rain for 6 more years, and then 3 10-year periods of 2 years good rain and 8 years bad rain, after which there is plenty of decent rain from then on. Of course, this is global averages and not region specific. But if the global trend was reflected in the local area, then the caves would have trapped and held on to a lot of water when it rained, as it seems to be the case because there are no village legends of the ponds being anything other than full and bottomless. The water holding theory seems to fit with the shape of the caves as well, as the caves going down in a relatively narrow shaft for about 30 metres before opening deep and wide and continuing down. This fits with water conservation, as a small surface area pond up top would lose less water to evaporation than a wide open lake would, and thus the water would be preserved longer. Of the caves discovered, only one has been open to the public, the one with the most ornate wall carvings, of which can be seen people in water, which lends credence to the built to store water theory. But all of them reveal the same construction method, horizontal layers of thin vertical chisel marks. There are carvings as mentioned, but some caves have bridges at the bottom spanning gaps, which means they knew they'd need a bridge for the water which would be down there. And they have stairs leading down into them as well. All have this banded chisel effect throughout, and no one knows why that method should be used, as it takes longer and is far more laborious than any other possible excavation method. Of course, different methods could have been used to do the bulk excavating and this strata method used as a finishing surface. The discovery of these caves does make you wonder just how much other stuff is out there waiting to be discovered, or how much has been built and buried over time that we may never find out about. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more mysteries, and I'll see you in the next video.